What is up, YouTube? It's been a while, and as you can see from the title and the reason you've probably clicked this video, I'm going to be talking about my funding capital that I have at the moment. Recently I acquired some more, and at the moment we're trading with 800k in trading capital. So I'm going to explain to you a bit which companies I'm using, how I'm trading them, how I've been trading them. So I'm also going to do a bit of a recap of some positions that I took the past 3 months, because I acquired some capital the last 3 months, and I'm going to explain to you how I'm trading them, how I'm managing these accounts. And I think this is going to be a very interesting video for you to get more of an insight of how trading works, how you can scale your trading, and how you should manage your accounts, how you should use a correct risk profile to trade these accounts, and how you can also guarantee that you get a consistent payout in trading these funded accounts. So let's jump right into my computer and I'll show you the different accounts that I'm trading, how I've been trading them already, the positions that I took, and I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you do, put it down in the comments, like the video as always, and let me know if there's something else that you'd like to see. First, show to you the accounts that I've been trading, the funded accounts. I'm gonna start with Alpha Capital. As you know from the previous video, I bought 2 accounts with them. One is still in phase 1 at the moment. I'm not sure if that's the equity right now. I thought it was a bit lower, but okay, perfect. So 3.5%. But let's go to the funded account. As you can see, the funded account right here, it's in drawdown, and I'm going to explain to you later on why this account is in drawdown, because I have my risk profile system that I use for these funded accounts, and I'm going to explain to you how to do it. And this one is -2. It took some great wins, but also took 3 or 4 losses. Normally they should be down here somewhere. Doesn't really matter. If you go into the trading journal, you can see all the trades that have been taken, and as you can see, 1 loss, 2 loss, 3 losses, 3.5 losses, and we only won 2.5. So yeah, so this one is in drawdown, and then we had some smaller loss. This is a loss as well. Sorry, 4 losses. Am I missing one? 4.5 losses, and then we have 2.5 wins. So of course we're -2 now, but nothing to worry about. Correct risk management, trading the account normally. This account is also the second account that's going to be in drawdown. The other one is -1, but it happens with this risk profile. So next on we have Forexify. We also have the funded account right here. If I go to the dashboard, you can see that this one is also -1. This is such a difficult dashboard to find where it's. So here's my equity, my account balance. So actually it's not -1, it's almost 0.65%. So it's all good. I closed the position halfway. I was taking a long position on Swiss yen last week, and I closed it somewhere halfway in drawdown, or not halfway, as you can see. So pretty good close because it didn't play out. The bias was correct, but the entry wasn't correct. So very good and mature decision for me, because I realized I took a bad position, and also that's quite important, realizing this and closing these positions, and these give these results. So this is my funded account with Forexify that I've been trading. Then we have the funded next account that I had for a while. It's at 1% in profit. I'm currently not trading this account because I think I can get a request to payout in 2 days. So I'm just going to take the payout, get a refund from the account. This also has a 95% add-on, so it's quite nice to catch a payout here, get that 95% and a refund. So it's going to be about 3k that I'm getting paid out on this account. So it's quite important that I go for the payout on this account. So yeah, that's my funded next account. Of course, if all the accounts are in profit, I can keep trading, but I just want to get my consistent payout. And I'm going to explain to you how I do this, and that's why also I'm getting this payout from this account. Then we have the last account, which is also positive. It's the Bright Funded account. As you can see, this one is also eligible for a payout. It's still a while, I think, that I have to wait for this one, maybe a week and a half or 2 weeks that I can shoot my payout. So I'm going to leave this account also getting a 3.6. Well, it's going to be somewhere 3k in a payout, getting 3k in a refund, getting almost 3k as well here. It's already 6k, so I'm just gonna get these and keep trading on the accounts in drawdown at the moment. So these are my funded accounts. I made a little recap right here. This is how it's looking right now and how I'm trading the accounts. In a while, I'm just gonna go over my trades that I took, but first let me explain to you how I actually am trading these accounts and why I'm taking payouts at 1%, 2%. And I think it's important to explain to you how you should do this as well as a full-time trader, and not always aim for these 10K payouts, 5K, 6K payouts from one account. It's something you can do. But if you want to get consistent payouts, and you can see this with a lot of funded traders there who are getting consistent payouts, they're just taking 3K, 5K consistent payouts because that's just how you're gonna live. You're not just gonna wait all this time for one big payout. You want to have consistent payouts. So what I am doing, what is something that you could copy from me. So first off, I have my 800K in funding, and how I'm trading this is that I'm trading 1% risk per account. Quite simple, but I'm not combining accounts. Also, you don't want to be copy trading and stuff like that, but for the main reason that if I take a winner right here, let me actually do it correctly. So if I take one winner right here, so loss, winner, loss, winner, what is going to happen automatically, and this is what happens with my win rate, I'm going to secure 2 payouts instantly with the risk to reward that I'm running, with the win rate that I'm running. So automatically, worst case, I get 1 win, and this also becomes a loss. But in my case, it could have been better. It could have been 3 wins as well. But always, I'm going to take these payouts and I'm going to keep trading on these accounts. So quite an important system. What is going to happen? I'm not trading on these accounts. These ones, they might take another loss. What happened here? This one took another loss, and immediately after it took a win. So it's going to happen that this one or somehow is minus 0.5. So next trade, it could be a payout again. What happened here is we took 3 losses, and then let me draw this out a bit cleaner. So what happens here? Loss, win, loss, win. So this one, we ask for the payout. This one, I'm also going to go for the payout. This one, it took a win as well. And somehow I took a small loss here. So this one's going to be break even again. This one took 2 wins, but also we had 4 losses. So what is going to happen? I'm not going to be trading these accounts. If I did, I could have done that. But imagine that we have this loss or this loss and we added it to this account or this account. I'm not going to get consistent payouts. So quite important that these 2 losses are now on this account. And the next trade, I'm still going to be trading here. If that trade becomes a winner, I'm going to be canceling out all these losses and I'm going to be resetting this account. Next on, when this account gets reset to 0 again, because I get my win again, I'm not going to keep trading it. I just keep trading. This one's going to be reset as well. This one's going to be reset. And again, I'm going to have 4 accounts that are profitable. Eventually, I'll keep trading. And let's say you keep losing and you have a losing streak. I'm going to lose this account, but still I'm going to have 3 accounts to trade from. So it's a pretty good system that works for me. And why am I doing this system? Well, very simple. In the past, I had 1 million in funding. And I used to make the mistake, I'm trying to delete all this. And I made the mistake to take every trade on every account. So let's say you take 2 losses in a row. This is going to happen. Trust me that this is not going to be good for your mental as a trader because you're going to be down. Every account is going to be at 196K. And then it's starting to you're getting into your head. And usually it happens you get a 3rd or a 4th loss. And these accounts are going to really mentally break you down. So for me, it's quite a nice risk system that I'm using. It works well for me, and it's something I would suggest to you. You could play around with this. So let's say you only have 2 accounts. You're always going to be securing 1 payout. For me, I am securing 2 payouts with these 2, or I can just do it like this. This one's going to go for a payout. This one's going to go for a payout. So it means that this week, I'm going to get 2K or 3K, depending if I get a refund. I'm going to get a 2 to 3K payout. 2 weeks later, I'm not going to be trading this. I'm going to get a, 3K payout from this one. And if I have good trading weeks right now, because I took some losses as well, it could be that this one's going to be 0. So we have no payout that week. But the chances are that either this account is going to be 0 or this account is going to have a 2K payout. And then in 3 weeks, we're going to have this payout. And afterwards, this one has been traded to break even. We can secure another payout in a month or so. We can get, for example, a 3K payout over here. And then we keep trading these accounts. Now, if and only if I'm in a winning streak, I can keep trading these accounts. So for me, quite simple. Let's say this one is 2K in profit. This one is 4K in profit. This one is also 2K in profit. This one is 6K in profit. Right now, I will always decide to keep the biggest accounts for a payout. And I will trade on the lowest accounts. because I don't want to be giving away. I'm going to be locking up payouts and I want to keep trading. So let's say I'm in a winning streak and I'll make this one 6K. Let's say we take a loss and again we secure another one. Secured. These are going to be reset. And I keep trading on this one as a new account. So in winning streaks, this is quite nice. And you're just going to be getting payouts consistently. And it's going to give you a way better feeling than trading all these accounts together. And okay, it's nice because if you're in a winning streak, let's say you take a win on all the accounts, one trade, win on all accounts. Of course, you're going to have 4 to 6K on all the accounts, which means this is going to be 16K or 16 to 20K if you take one win. But remember, if you lose that first trade, second trade, third trade, it's going to be mentally more difficult. Unless you've been trading for a while, but even for me, I've been trading 6 years. I prefer the system where I can guarantee a payout week by week or just get 1 or 2 payouts a month. And those can be smaller payouts. They don't need to be 10K, 5K. If you combine all these payouts, you're going to be making 15 to 20K a month. And of course, there's going to be better months. There's going to be worse months. But even in the months, let's say you are winning 1 trade out of 3. So that means you take a loss, you take a loss, you take a win. You take a loss, you take a loss, you take a win. You take a loss, you take a loss, you take a win. You take a loss, you take a loss, you take a win. Loss, win, loss, and then we continue. So even if you trade like this, you're always with a 1 to 3R. So I trade 1 to 3R. So you're always going to be having at least one payout. Let's see what is going to happen. 3 minus 3. So this is, so let's do this. So this one's 0. Yep. If we continue, this one also 3. So that's 0. This one, 2 losses, but 2 wins. So what happens is, you get 4% right here. What happens here? 3 losses and a 0. So even if you have bad trading weeks, you will be securing a payout on your funded capital. And this one's going to be a nice one if you trade them like this. But to me, I'd prefer to have multiple payouts coming in week by week. So yeah, it just works for me. So I wanted to share this with you, how I trade these accounts, how you should be trading these accounts. In my opinion, because trading is not getting these 20K, 40K payouts. It's nice, but you gotta be aware if you see like Alpha Capital, you see people getting 20K payouts or 40K payouts. You know they're not doing that consistently, right? They're doing that once a month or once a year. Once they requested their payout, they're not gonna get that again next month. You just gotta be aware of that. So you shouldn't be aiming for these kind of payouts. You should be aiming, and if you look at all the top funded traders, like JadeCap, for example, he has a lot of payouts. You can see that most payouts are 3K, 2K. These are the average payouts that he's getting. You can look at his certificates. And of course, there's going to be months where he gets 10K or he gets 9K, and which is nice because you're in a winning streak and you collect some bigger payouts. But wouldn't it be nice to just consistently every 1 or 2 weeks get 3 or 2K as a trader? Of course, it's going to bring you much more joy. So that's what I wanted to explain to you with my system. Now let's go over some positions that I took to get these funded accounts and trades that I took on these accounts. So I'm going to be looking, I'm not going to do August because there's a little bit of over trading and I want to share this with you transparently as well. A lot of over trading has been done in August, but still I don't have any issues with winning in the market, but I just gotta stay calm and don't take too many trades. As you can see, I did that in September. I took a lot less trades, and also I had a big winning streak, which is nice, but I had some nice trades that I could review with you guys. October has been quite slow. So we had a 1R week, we had a 2R week, and now we have 0.5 loss because I took 2R. I'm not sure if this is correct. Yeah, this is correct. So we lost 2 trades, a half trade, and then we won 2R. So yeah, not the best October. It's quite slow. Also, elections in the US are coming up. So a lot of moves have already been happening. So I'm just going to be a bit more patient at this time. If you look at my trades, and I'll share them with you, or I'll just click in September and we'll look at these trades. One by one. I'm just going to share with you. This is a silver book. Well, let me go to, where is it? Journal. Aha. If we look at September one, let's do September and October. This one was the first one, which was a short that I took on EU. Quite simple, quite easy. This is a silver bullet for me. So it's always when I trade the London session, I try to determine in which direction we will get a continuation or that we get a liquidity sweep from the Asia session, and I try to take a position on that one. So yeah. Then moving on, we have another position that I took on New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, which basically was something new that I was testing, which is a CRT strategy, candle range theory, and I was experimenting with it because we had a very high potential zone. Strong liquidity was being swept, and we had a very nice lower time frame indication that we could take an entry, at least to this point of interest, but I closed it at the candle range high, as you should. So I took a 2R position from that. It's something I usually don't trade, but this one was quite clean. I just was studying about it, and I was feeling quite confident into this position because it also aligned with how I trade normally. So quite nice position, which is basically on a 4-hour point of interest after taking some daily liquidity with a CRT version into it. So of course, I'm not going to go too much in depth, but quite a nice position that I took there. Then we had a loss, probably a silver bullet, which is this one was just devastating. This was on CPY. I was just so confident that EU was going to drop and the dollar was going to go up. As you can see, the dollar has been going up, so I was quite confident that we were going to have a quite bearish EU the last couple of months. And if you look at EU, the last couple of months, you can see, I think it was all the way up here or here somewhere, we had this big bearish downtrend. So I'm not sure. I think the short was maybe even here. No, it was September. So I think I was already looking for shorts right here. So yeah, I got stopped out. This actually could be, it could be around that period. It was halfway September, so it's earlier. Yeah, I think it's somewhere here. So it still played out, and then we still moved further, and then we finally had that big move. So yeah, unfortunately, this is what happened to me. I got stopped out quite shortly, and also this could have been a take profit, so it was quite unlucky. But hey, if you put your stop loss like a bitch, you're getting stopped out, and I just put my stop loss. Not that, it was just a very small stop loss. I'm just going to be honest with you. My BIOS was correctly, but I should have waited. And CPY, of course, expanded the trade to take profit, which usually happens. Then we had a loss on Auth Swiss. Quite easy to understand what I did here. So what happened on Auth Swiss, you see this wick. It was a big candle and it rejected, and I just didn't see it happen. I had my limit on it. I saw the candle. It wasn't closed and I still put my limit. And then once it came back very impulsively, I just knew it grabbed some liquidity and I was at the wrong side of the market. So yeah, price action really tricked me on this one. I didn't check the chart again, so I was really seeing this liquidity sweep, but I was totally forgetting. And as you can see here, there's also a liquidity sweep happening right here. So not the best trade. Should have been more focused on this one, and I was just trying to follow this liquidity sweep, and I was just blindsided by price action. So not the best trade. Then we have the pound against the New Zealand dollar, which was quite a nice trade. I was a bit impatient, so I closed early because we were getting rejections, but it still hit my take profit. So we had a nice 4-hour point of interest where I was trading from. We had some nice confirmations, as you can see from the next screenshot. Very, very textbook confirmation entry after liquidity sweep in a 4-hour point of interest. A very nice continuation, and it was rejecting here and it was fighting. And after this sweep here, I closed it, and afterwards, it still went to the take profit. So I took 2R. I could have had 1R more, but I think it came back all the way to here and then finally hitting take profit. So I wasn't feeling that one. So, but very nice, clean execution as well. Then we had a nice 3R win or 2R win on EU, which is a silver bullet. Very, very nice. I'm not going to go too much in depth in it, but as you can see from the screenshot, Asia liquidity taking, we have a very nice impulsive reaction, getting a market structure shift on lower time frame. We create some imbalance to the upside. It's getting respected, and on the 1 minute we see that market structure shift again. We rebalance the market and we hit that Asia high liquidity as a target for 2R. So quite a nice position. I really love that position. Also this one on Bitcoin, quite a nice position. I really love this one. It was just such a stupid simple trade. 4-hour point of interest, liquidity taken, market structure shift. Just find your entry somewhere. It was a market execution, but you could have taken this order block. Very easy trade. And I was targeting the 65K on Bitcoin. and it went to 65k, but I already had my 3R in this position, so I didn't need to aim for a 5k. If we move to Bitcoin, as you can see, Bitcoin moved to the 65k, so my position was taken right here, voila, and it moved to 65k, so very nice position, and that's how you should take trades. Then we had pound against US dollar, which was a silver bullet, looking for a continuation. Made a big mistake on this one actually, and I think I should have written it down, the 50-minute close. Yeah, 50-minute candle close. It's in Dutch. Always look at the 50-minute candle close. So I made a big mistake there by just entering too fast. It was looking very nice imbalance created, but the 50-minute candle wasn't closed. It's a small hack that I use on a silver bullet to determine my direction. So not the best trade. This should have been a loss that I shouldn't have taken, but hey, it is what it is. Then we have a very nice long on my yen bias. I've been bearish on the yen for almost always, but I've been trading it for the last month and a half. So very nice and easy long based on my yen bias. The technicals on EU were pretty nice. So after we swapped this, I took a market execution. Beautiful trade. I loved it. What is this one? Oh, this is my daily screenshot. Yeah. So pretty nice position that I took on EY. So I really loved EJ. Very nice. Then we had Pound Australian dollar. Not the best position. It still played out, but you can see from reaction from the zone, price was not great. I was just getting faked out by this liquidity, took a position here, a limit, and it didn't give any execution. I closed this position halfway. So halfway, this black line is where I closed, so it didn't hit full stop loss. But eventually it did, and then eventually it still played out. So if we go to Pound Australian dollar, this is something that I'm backtesting. As you can see, where was it? Okay, it didn't play out. So very good close. As you can see, price was not delivering it, and we remained bearish in the market. As you can see, we weren't really that bullish, so I was looking for something that's not really there. So of course, the trades that don't play out are not the best trades probably. So yeah, as you can see, I was getting a lot of indications that if we wanted to flip to the upside, we had some daily demand, but we were wrong, which is of course fine. Then we had the pound against the yen, and somehow the screenshots didn't save. So very nice position here. I know I traded the yen last month. We had some nice positions, but this one, unfortunately, we have no screenshots for some reason. So they must have not loaded because I always save the screenshots. Here again, we have the pound against the dollar. I was very confident that we would get a long position right here. I think this one is the same with the 15-minute. Yeah. So again, second mistake. So it's something that I learned from, and I'm trying to stay ahead of that I don't make these mistakes again. So yeah, then we had pound USD again. We learned from our lesson and we took the same position, and the data is always giving nice trades. As you can see, quite easy, very nice trade. Should have actually went to 3R, but I was a bit in drawdown on one of the accounts, so I closed 2R. So that's something that I'm still experimenting a bit. Do I keep it to 3R, 2R for the silver bullets? I just know from data that 2R is the best way to close, so that's why my plan is 2R, but I know in my head this trade could have been 3R and it also hit 3R. If we stay impulsive, I can keep for 3R, so I'm experimenting with that one. Then we had the same position on EU the day afterward. It didn't play out, which is totally fine. There was no reason for this not to play out because we still moved bearish here, but price just came back higher. So the silver bullet just didn't play out. And this is something I'm just totally fine with. So this is a good loss. Then we have the Aussie against the yen, which was a banger of a trade as well. Very nice, typical confirmation entry. And here is the screenshot. For our point of interest, liquidity, yen was aligned. We have a market structure shift, change of character. We also get that flip zone getting confirmed here. A very nice entry, and I did a market execution here, so very, very happy with this position. And then we are gonna arrive at some worse positions. Euro against the yen, which was a silver bullet, and actually it's not a bad position. It played out after this one, so it was a really tough one. It just randomly swept higher. I wouldn't have expected it to flip higher, and as you can see, it used me as liquidity. So yeah, unfortunately, bad position. Well, it's not a bad position, but I get taken out. Could I have put my stop loss higher? Well, yes, but hey, you cannot always win them all. And actually, it was a correct trade. Then we had another loss on EU. which was a very nice intraday profile that I was looking on to take you higher to the upside. But as you can see, the trend is always your friend, and I get stopped out. So is this, well, yeah. Usually when you're trading against the bigger trend with these silver bullets, they don't really play out. So that's something I should know, but it was looking quite clean, also aligned with the DXY. But also today was a position on EU. I'm going to show it to you. I actually took it. Is it still on the chart? I took it and also it wasn't playing out. So here, as you can see, today I went out break even. So my position was here. I took a position right here today after the imbalance like this. And it didn't hit my take profit, which is pretty stupid. No, it was bigger. It was a 7.7, something like this. So this was my take profit and I got taken out break even. So yeah, it happens. And of course, when it's not aligned with the bigger trend, usually you can be certain. And actually, it's setting up for a nice setup today. I'm recording this on the 22nd of October. It's actually setting us up for a nice short again on EU. So if I dive into the charts, I keep talking. Do we have something else? Yes, we have Swiss yen, which was a very nice yen bias again. As you can see, we were trading the yen all day, every week. Very nice position. Took it out for 2R. Because the yen was making a rejection, so I think I should have a screenshot of the yen in here, but it's not. But I know that I closed this position because of the yen. It's not here. I didn't review it. October always gets reviewed, or every month gets reviewed at the end of the month. But this one was closed because of the yen, I know. Then we had a silver bullet on GU, as it should be. Perfect change of character. We had a nice efficiency with the 5-minute FEG being respected. We create a new imbalance to the upside, and then just textbook silver bullets. I really love this position. This is how these silver bullets, they give me great returns. And then we have a losing streak of 3 positions. Unfortunately, we have the Swiss yen, which I closed with a 0.5. So somewhere halfway, I closed this position. Do I have a screenshot of it? No. But this one, yeah, it's a 0.5% close. So let me put it down here. I forgot to put it. EU was a silver bullet position as well. As you can see, I was being quite greedy, but I saw the opportunity to the downside and the DXY was aligned. Unfortunately, it still went up higher. It took out this liquidity still. So it's a big lesson for me. We have this liquidity still in the market that has to be taken out. It took out this liquidity and then it tanked to the downside. So I was a bit too confident that we would get a drop right here. Doesn't really matter, but it's something that I can learn from, so quite important. And then I took one loss on my yen bias. Since the yen moved to the upside, I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting the yen to push my position to the upside, and it went lower and then made the push. So from this point, you can see I get stopped out, and then we moved to the upside. If we move to Swiss yen, where is it? Here you are. As you can see on Swiss yen, we had quite a nice move right to my take profit, unfortunately. So very nice trade, and usually I am in the right direction of the market, but it just happens that we get stopped out. So it's something that I should learn to get maybe a bigger stop loss in these positions, and maybe get a trade like this going. Put my stop loss right here, and we still have, yeah, we can aim a bit higher. We still can get a nice position in. So it's something that I will evaluate, and I just wanted to share with you my journey, the couple of months on a funded accounts, what I've been trading. It's something you might have been doing as well. So I hope you learned a lot from this. As always, if you want to see something more, if you want to see some new concepts, let me know. And I truly hope you learned from this. It's a lot of transparency, a lot of real shit that I'm showing you. So I hope you enjoyed. Put it down in the comments if you watched till the end. If you have some feedback for me, let me know. And if you want to see something else, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye-bye.